Today is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, and we currently have a lot of severe weather and tropical weather to talk about, so let's get into it. Just a little heads up, I will not be able to post a video from tomorrow, June 25th, 2025, through, I don't know what day it will be, July 6th, 2025. Just a little heads up, that will be in Guthrie, Oklahoma at National Emergency 5:30. And then we have a day 2 slight risk in Florida, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And then we have a day 2% tornado risk in South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Illinois. We have a day 2 15% wind risk in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee, and two separate 5% hail risk day 2 in one in Montana, Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Colorado, and Kansas, and another one in West Virginia, Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. And then we have 3 separate day 3 marginal risk, one in North Dakota and Montana, another one in Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and Minnesota, and then another one in Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, extreme southern New Jersey, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. And then within all those risk areas, we have a 5% risk for any most severe weather within 25 miles of any point in those areas. And then we have a day 4 slight risk or 15% risk of any mode of severe weather within 25 miles from any point in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. Let's start off with the HRRR weather model today, and then after this I'm going to show the Rufus model, and then I'm going to go a little further out with the NAM3K, and then I'm going to go a little further out with the GFS model for the tropical. But let's start off with the HRRR. So today, the slight risk is caused by this low pressure right here in this trough. You can kind of tell right here with those dipping bars, with those dipping isobars, indicating a low pressure, and a low pressure will form off the Rockies in this area and move out here and somewhat in this direction and cause that severe weather. And we will see these storms start to initiate. Well, they already are initiating. We already have a severe thunderstorm warning in Wyoming, but they will start to initiate more off of this cold front coming off of this upper level trough. And you can see by tomorrow, these storms by later tonight, these storms have already initiated in this area, and this is tomorrow morning. Most of this slight risk for severe weather today has already passed, but this is expecting it to this is what the marginal risk stretching through this area is for tomorrow. And it is what I am most concerned about for tomorrow, and what the SPC is also most concerned about for tomorrow. That is why they have put a slight risk down here in the southeastern U.S. And if we go down to the southeastern U.S. on this, I've gone down to the southeastern section in pivotal weather on the HRRR, and what the SPC has highlighted for this risk area is it looks like there could be a little bit of a bow echo behind this. It's really showing it get together offshore, but you can kind of see it on here. It's not going to be like a derecho, but it could cause some damaging winds. Nothing significant severe given. You can really see that bow echo right here and like this, because what happens is it gets the wind coming, gets sucked around from the back and like this, and in that meaning that is why they have that 15% wind risk somewhere all across the southeast. And going forward, after that passes, that will go offshore, maybe produce some more severe weather with these cells over here. But other than that, that severe risk looks to be dying down around tomorrow around noon or so. After I show the southeastern U.S. on the Rufus model, I will go to the continental U.S. and zoom out to the whole entire continental U.S. But let's see what the Rufus is showing for that potential. It looks like almost mini derecho, but not really. It wouldn't be classified as a derecho because it wouldn't. One, it most likely won't be strong enough to be classified as a derecho. I'm just calling it a mini derecho because that's what it looks like. Two, it's not tracking long enough to be classified as a derecho. But the Rufus model is showing, surprisingly, it's showing this with a high pressure, but it's showing these storms initiate in Georgia and track through Florida, and it's not showing what the HRRR model was showing, where the HRRR model was showing it going in this direction. It's kind of showing it going in this direction. So that is something the models are not agreeing on the direction, but they both are agreeing on it being in this area. And then the Rufus is showing it kind of get that bow signature. Again, this I'm just saying it looks like a bow echo because that's the closest thing I can use to describe it. But going further out on this model, it is not fully loaded. It's only going 6 hours out. So let's go back to the 18Z model run on this. Let me close my pen. Okay, 18Z. So now we can go 84 hours out and look at this. So it is showing the same thing, basically the same thing. It's showing it swoop out of here and kind of dip down and go like that. And right here is more that bow echo signature you're looking for. And whenever you see a bow echo like this, it typically means that it's not going to be only straight line winds because it's a little broken up down here. And it's not really as strong as the signature as the 00Z model run it was showing. But it's not looking to be like it would be classified as derecho. Again, I am just saying a derecho because that's the closest thing I can use to describe it. So whenever I say derecho on this, I mean like a very miniature scale of derecho. And it is, and then it's just after that's going through, it looks like we'll just have a lot of rain showers around the southeast. Now let's go to the CONUS. Let's go out to the continental U.S. Okay, there it is. So it's for the rest of it, it's kind of showing the same thing as HRRR until you get further out than the HRRR goes, because it can't go out that far. The HRRR can't go out that far, but it is pretty much looking on the same situation. Now let's go over to the GFS model run and look at what the tropics have. The GFS isn't really showing over the next 384 hours. It's not showing anything form over the Atlantic Basin so far. That may change. Again, these models change all the time, but right now this little low pressure right there is Tropical Storm Andrea, and it is expected to just move off like that, and it is expected to weaken into nothing about by here, into maybe some thunderstorms, but it's likely it won't have any spin to it. Therefore, it will not be labeled as a post-tropical cyclone or a tropical depression or anything. It will just be nothing. But we could be seeing quite a bit. We are looking to see a lot of tropical waves from this ITCZ belt, the intertropical convergence zone, which is where the tropical waves form from. Tropical waves are classified whenever they get the little wave signature in the isobar, and I can never pronounce it right, but you probably know what I'm talking about. And they track across here and go up in there, or they track across here, loop up there. Anyway, you know what I mean. But we are looking to see a lot of tropical waves trek across the Atlantic Basin over the next couple months due to this low pressure right here, just funneling the storms off. And it's not that low pressure, this high pressure basically just funneling them off like that. But most of these, because it looks to be this high pressure so strong, it looks like it's just tracking over here and creating some tropical storms and maybe a couple hurricanes over there, because it is looking that the Eastern Pacific will be very active over the next couple. Thank you for watching this. If you like videos like this, please consider subscribing, or if this is YouTube, please consider subscribing. If this is TikTok, please consider following, and on the new one, please consider liking these posts. And thanks for watching this, and